Last week, DHS officials attempted to enter two public Los Angeles elementary schools, asking.
Federal funding is incredibly important to the state of Maine.
About 4 to 5 agents showing up at two elementary schools 2 hours apart.
We weren't supposed to find it. We weren't even looking for it. It started with a sinkhole. The school had been dealing with weird plumbing issues for months, random leaks, pipes bursting, and parts of the floor feeling too soft underfoot. Then one morning, the floor outside the library just caved in. The school tried to cover it up. They blocked the hallway, put up bright orange "Caution Construction" signs, and told everyone to take a different route to class. But we had questions, and the school never gave us answers. It was me, Eric, Tessa, Jordan, Claire, and Mateo. We were the ones who always got caught snooping where we weren't supposed to. We weren't rebels exactly, but we noticed things. And when the administration started treating that sinkhole like a national security threat, we knew something was off. They filled it in fast. Too fast. By the next day, the floor was good as new, but something didn't feel right. I swear it was deeper than it should have been, Tessa whispered to me during lunch. Like, way deeper. Jordan leaned in. I heard the janitors talking about a tunnel. That got my attention. What kind of tunnel? I asked. He shrugged. They didn't say, just that they had to be careful while they filled it in. A tunnel under our school. That wasn't normal, and we had to find it. We waited until Friday night, when the school was completely empty. Sneaking in was easy. The back door near the gym had a broken lock always had. We slipped inside, moving fast, heading straight for the hallway where the sinkhole had appeared. It looked normal. Too normal, like someone had gone out of their way to erase any trace of what happened. Mateo tapped the floor with his foot. So where do we start? I glanced around. The school had patched up the surface, but the real damage had to be underneath. If there really was a tunnel, it had to lead somewhere. Then Claire pointed. What about the storage room? We all turned. At the far end of the hall was an old supply closet, barely used. It was the closest door to where the sinkhole had formed. If there was a way down, it had to be there. It was unlocked. We stepped inside and found a hatch in the floor. It was metal, heavy, with a built-in combination lock. The kind of thing that shouldn't be in a random school storage room. This is insane, Eric muttered. What the hell is this doing here? Tessa tried pulling at the handle, but it didn't budge. It's locked, she groaned. Claire's eyes narrowed. Look for numbers, scratches, anything that might be a code. We spread out, searching. It was Mateo who found it. There, scratched faintly into the inside of a rusty metal shelf, was a 6-digit number, 198,407. Try it, Jordan whispered. Tessa turned the dials, her heart pounding. Click! The hatch unlocked. It was dark below, the kind of dark that swallows sound. A metal ladder disappeared into the ground, leading into something big. I shone my flashlight down, but the beam barely touched the bottom. Okay, no way in hell is this part of the school, Mateo whispered. No one argued. One by one we climbed down. The first thing I noticed was the smell. Damp, stale, old. Like the air had been trapped underground for decades. The tunnel stretched out in both directions farther than our flashlights could reach. The walls weren't dirt or stone. They were metal, smooth, reinforced, like they had been built for something important or something dangerous. Who built this? Claire asked, her voice barely above a whisper. None of us had an answer. Then we saw the markings on the wall, faded symbols, numbers. But the thing that made my stomach twist was a government logo. Not our school, not the city, but something way bigger. Guys, Jordan said, his voice shaking. He pointed his flashlight at something ahead. Look at this. We followed his beam and saw the first door. It was massive, made of thick metal, rusted at the edges but still intimidating, heavy duty. There was a small window at the top, covered in grime. I wiped it with my sleeve and peered through. The room beyond was empty, but the walls were lined with cages, some big, some are way too small for a person, some still locked shut. Mateo exhaled. This place is not abandoned. Then we heard it. A sound coming from deeper inside the tunnel. A sound that should not have been there. A footstep. We killed our flashlights. Silence. Then another step. Closer. Someone or something was down here with us. Jordan grabbed my arm. We need to go. Now. I agreed. We turned, moving fast, retracing our steps to the ladder. Then the door slammed shut behind us. Panic. Eric ripped at the handle, but it wouldn't budge. Then the lights flickered on. Not our flashlights. The ceiling lights. Diamond Soy's yellowed, but bright enough to see what we hadn't before. The tunnel wasn't empty. There were footprints in the dust, fresh ones, leading deeper inside, and then a whisper, not words, not a voice we could recognize. Just something breathing, something watching us. I don't remember running. I just remember cold metal under my hands, scrambling back to the hatch, practically throwing Mateo up the ladder first. The door behind us creaked, not from the wind, from something moving on the other side. Tessa went next, then Jordan, then Claire, then me. Eric was last. He hesitated just for a second. Then he made the mistake of looking back. I saw his face go white. He scrambled up the ladder so fast he nearly slipped, pulling the hatch shut behind him. We locked it. Then we ran. We never told anyone. Not because we didn't want to, because the next Monday, the entire hallway where the sinkhole had appeared was under construction, not just taped off sealed, as if it had never existed. And the weirdest part? They replaced the entire floor overnight, like they knew, like they had been waiting for someone to find it. And when we checked the storage room, the hatch was gone, not locked, not covered up, gone, like it had never been there at all. We should have let it go, but 2 nights later, Eric disappeared. No calls, no messages, no note, just gone, and the last thing he ever sent me, I saw it again, under my house,